But if he or she was being abused, why didn't they just leave? Why stay? What a perfectly logical but heartbreakingly ignorant thing to say. I'm going to try to explain why. Abuse doesn't always start off as abuse. It often starts off as attention, affection, kindness, vulnerability even. And by the time it gets harmful, you are already attached, especially if you're younger. Such few people realize that when people are being actively abused, they very often do not realize that they are being abused. Victims don't always know that what is happening to them is abuse. Especially if those people have already seen some kind of dysfunction in their own houses, or they have gone to schools where they were bullied, or they were bullied by their teachers. It's not something new to them. If you have lived a life where you primarily felt rejected by people or disliked by people or abandoned by people, being chosen by an abuser, even though it is for the reasons of being abused, still feels better than not being chosen at all. Leaving isn't always safe or straightforward because very often abuse can escalate when abusers feel that they are losing control. So victims stay constantly calculating their danger. But how did this ever happen to me? How could I ever let this happen to me? This shame binds people more than most abuse actually realistically can. Denial. Nobody wants to believe that they are being abused or have been abused by another human being, and much less by a human being that they had actively made a choice to trust. So people very often don't want to leave the story yet, because leaving the story would mean that you have to accept that the person you trusted ended up abusing you. So they want to stick around for a little bit longer, hoping that they can find a silver lining to this story. Abusers don't look like monsters. 99% of the times, they look like people we know. They look wounded, they look normal, they look busy, they look happy, even vulnerable. And these otherwise perfectly normal people can have moments or areas of their lives where they showcase extreme cruelty. If one's earliest experiences with love are tied with pain or abandonment, more abuse can feel disturbingly comfortable. The show Baby Reindeer on Netflix portrays it with painful accuracy. No victim ever actually fits into the image of the perfect victim. If you are messy, confused, angry, aggressive, conflicted, complicit in your own abuse, which most victims are at some level, you are not the perfect victim, and therefore your pain will be questioned. Most abusers are 100% convinced that they're actually really good people. Human beings have exceptional talent of forgetting their own actions when those actions make them uncomfortable, and that is how most abusers live. They do not see the hypocrisy between their behavior and their words.